discussed about that refractive index of a medium or absolute refractive index of a medium. So absolute refractive index of a medium is nothing but refractive index of any medium with respect to air or vacuum. So with respect to air or vacuum, we have to write on the left hand side, and given medium is I have to write on the right hand side. Refractive index is absolute refractive index of any medium is nothing but refractive index of any medium, refractive index of medium with respect to air or vacuum. So it is nothing but we call it as a new medium because of absolute, that is air or vacuum is considered as the reference point. So that is equal to formula sin I by sin r, sin I by sin r. So that is equal to speed of or velocity of light in air or vacuum by velocity of light in medium. This is absolute refractive index. And second point regarding this is optical density is nothing but optical density for a medium is the property of a material, is the property of a material, that means nature of the material. Optical density is nothing but nature of material, and refractive index is the measure of the property. Clear? Optical density is nothing but a material property is material, whereas refractive index is the measure of that property. So by using refractive index we can measure the property of that material. So if refractive index of a material is more, that means the material having more refractive index, so the more the light bends. And also that nu is the ratio of velocities. That means velocity of air by velocity of medium. So velocities just cancel and has no units, and mu has no units, but just it's a number. That's it. Next one is relative refractive index. First, suppose if light travels from medium 1 to medium 2. There are two mediums here, you can observe. If light travels from medium 1 to medium 2, then the refractive index of this pair of medium, so here two types of mediums, so there is a relation between these two types of mediums. So we can write this refractive index for these two types of pair as mu2 with respect to mu1. As I said previously, the refractive index is not absolute refractive index is nothing but refractive index of medium. That means velocity of light in medium with respect to velocity of light in air. So in the same way for medium 2 with respect to medium 1. So that is equal to medium 2 by refractive index of medium 2 by refractive index of medium 1. Mu2 1 mu2 1 first medium, 2 is second medium. Refractive index. So refractive index of second medium by refractive index of first medium. So as we already know that refractive index. What is the meaning of refractive index? So R is nothing but refractive index of second medium by refractive index of first medium. Again, refractive index of second medium, how do we can write? So this refractive index of second medium, what is the refractive index formula? C by V. That means velocity of light in air or vacuum by velocity of light in second medium whole by again velocity of light in air by velocity of light in first medium. So it is Ri of second medium. It is Ri of first medium. You can clearly observe it here. Mu2 by mu1. Mu2 is nothing but Ri of second medium. Mean refractive index of second medium. Mu1 is nothing but Ri of first medium. Refractive index of first medium. Clear? What is refractive index of second medium? Refractive index of second medium is nothing but velocity of light in air by velocity of light in second medium. Refractive index of first medium. Refractive index of first medium is nothing but velocity of light in air by velocity of light in first medium. So this velocity of light in air and this velocity of light in air gets cancelled. We got velocity of light in 1 by velocity of light in second medium by 1 by velocity of light in first medium. That is equal to 1 by v2 into v1 by 1. So that is equal to v1 by v2. So relative refractive index. Relative refractive index, that is mu2 by mu1 is equal to v1 by v2. Clear? So for suppose based upon this we have to take two mediums. Let's say the two mediums are glass and water. For suppose if light travels from water to glass, then refractive index of pair of medium is equal to, so here the light travels from water to glass, so mu glass from water, that means it is 1 and it is 2. Mu 2 with respect to 1. So light travels from water to glass. From water it is starting point, to glass it is ending point. Water you have to write from, so from water first from to glass. So that is equal to mu glass by mu water. That means refractive index of glass by refractive index of water. So that means mu2 1. Mu2 1. So mu2 by mu1. Mu glass water. So mu glass by mu water is equal to, finally we got v1 by v2. v1 by v2. Here v1 is mu water. V water by v glass. Right? So this relative refractive index is greater than or less than 1. Sometimes it is greater than or sometimes it is less than 1. That is depending upon the mediums what we are taking. Very important, relative refractive index. So next one is about atmospheric refraction. Here atmospheric refraction, it is nothing but the refraction in the atmosphere. What is meant by refraction? The bending of light ray. So the bending of light ray which is taken in atmosphere, so that is happening due to the density of air. As the air density increases, the refraction varies, right? So because of the density of air is not same, right, around that atmosphere, the density is not constant, so that the refraction takes place. So the refraction takes place, so that is due to that variation in that refractive index. Variation in mu, right? Since this mu is directly proportional to density, if density increases, the mu value, refractive index, is also more. Density is more, refractive index is also more. So due to this atmospheric refraction, twinkling of stars, the stars are twinkling, that is happening due to that this refraction, atmospheric refraction, because of the light from infinity position, which is travels from infinity position to the point where we are living. So from here to here the medium changes. So whenever the medium changes, the density in that medium varies. Since the refractive index depends upon the density, so the light bends in various directions and finally reach our eye, so that we see those stars like the stars are twinkling, right? So this is happening in continuous process. Clear? So next it is about apparent depth. So for suppose it is a glass beaker, you place a coin on the glass beaker, right? You can see that coin clearly, and you know that the coin is situated at the lowest point of the beaker, right? So now pour some water in the beaker. Now observe the coin. What will you observe? You will observe that the coin is situated, right? So the coin is situated some height from that starting point. That means the coin is raising its height, right? You observe that actual height, it is situated at the lowest point at more depth, but after pouring the water, you will observe that the coin raised its height. So this is happening due to the refraction of light. This is also happening due to refraction. Clear? So actually the coin is situated at this position A, but we can feel that the coin is at point B. So this is happening due to that optical illusion. Since it is the medium from here to here, the medium changes. From here to here, the medium is A, but at this position, the medium is glass. At this position, the medium is water. Since the density increases, the medium of the density increases, so the light bends. Clear? So that we can see that the object is raised to some height. So, and this height is nothing but apparent depth. Apparent depth is nothing but which is not real, right? And it is the actual depth. So, and it is nothing but real depth. Clear? So, from this we have the formula apparent depth is equal to, so okay, apparent depth is equal to real depth by mu. From this mu can be written as mu comes to this position, apparent depth comes to the denominator. So mu is equal to real depth by apparent depth. Right? So if the refractive index is given and real depth is given, okay, we can find out the apparent depth. Right? That means from here to here it is, okay, from here to here it is real depth. From here to here it is apparent depth. But here to here it is apparent shift. What position the coin shifted from its position? From its original position, what position the coin shifts? So that is nothing but apparent shift. Apparent shift is equal to real depth minus apparent depth. Minus apparent depth. Okay, and for apparent depth we have the formula that is equal to real depth minus apparent depth is equal to real depth by mu. So take real depth as common. So if we take real depth as common, real depth of 1 minus 1 by 3. So that is nothing but apparent shift. So again I am repeating that from, let's say the baker height is up to here. From here to here it is actual depth. It is actual depth. From here to here it is apparent depth. Actually the position is here. After pouring the water, the coin visible at here. So the coin moves from here to here. The coin shifts. So from here to here the position is apparent shift. So from this you can see clearly the actual point from total depth is nothing but real depth. The coin shifts to some height. So from that height to actual height is nothing but apparent depth. So it is not real depth. So actual position to shifted position is nothing but apparent shift. The distance between these two positions is nothing but apparent shift. Next one is about critical angle. This critical angle is possible only for light travels from denser medium to rarer medium. Right? For suppose these are the two mediums. It is denser medium and it is rarer medium. If the light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, what happens to the light ray? The light ray bends away from the normal. Right? The light travels in this way. Right? It is the angle, incidence, angle of incidence. If the angle of incidence is further increases, the angle of refraction is also increases. Right? If the angle is further increases, if the angle of incidence is again further increases, so the light ray, refracted ray travels along with the normal. Right? So, and this angle is nothing but a critical angle. It is the normal line. To this normal line, the refracted ray is perpendicular to the normal ray. So, and that angle is nothing but critical angle. Right? So, the angle of incidence for which the angle of refraction is 90 degrees. Right? Actually, it is the incident ray I projected, so that to this incident ray the light bends away from the normal. Now I increase that angle, the angle of incidence to theta 1, so that the angle of refraction is also increases. If I goes on increasing at particular instant, at particular angle of incidence, the angle of refraction is perpendicular to the normal line. That means this angle of refraction and the refracted ray and normal ray, the angle between them is 90 degrees. So for which the angle of incidence, the angle of refraction is 90 degrees. For this angle of incidence, the angle of refraction is 90 degrees, and this angle is nothing but critical angle, and it is denoted by the letter C. Here, so this critical angle is formed only for the light which is traveling from denser medium to rarer medium, and it is not rarer medium to denser medium.